Hi, today we're going to talk about how to estimate mixed number quotients. A mixed number is something like what? Just a minute. A mixed number is something like 1 and 2/3, or 7 and 1/8, or 10 and 7/9. Those are mixed numbers. Any mixed number has a whole number and a fraction beside it. Next week, we're going to start working on how to divide mixed numbers. But before we can divide them, we have to learn how to estimate so we kind of have an idea around what our answer will be. So let's look right here. Here is an example from the book. So what they did is they took 23 and 5/6 divided by 8 and 3/7. So they're looking at 23 and 5/6 and thinking, that's kind of close to 24. And 8 and 3/7 is kind of close to 8. So I can do 24 divided by 8, and I will get 3. So why is this good? Because when you solve the actual fraction, we're not going to go into the detail, it is around 3. I have an idea what my answer should be around, so that if I get an answer like 12, I know I did it wrong. Or if I get an answer like 200, I know I got it wrong. So I can also use compatible numbers. I can look at 31 and I can look at 4 and 5/8. And remember, when I'm using compatible numbers, the first thing I do is I look at the smaller number. 4 and 5/8 is close to 5. So I'm looking at 31 and 1/6 and thinking, what is close to 5? Well, I would think 30 is close to 5. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. So I know my answer is going to be around, kind of close to 6. Don't forget, this sign right here is the one that means close to or around. Now let's do a couple of examples. I know there's a lot, but it's really not as much as you think. So I have 11 and 1/2 and 6 and 1/4. So I'm going to look at 6 first. 6 is close to 6, 6 and 1/4. And it's close to 12. 11 and 1/2 is close to 12. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 6. What's 12 divided by 6? Oh, that's 2. Perfect. We got it. Let's look at number 2. I'm going to look at my smaller number first. 3 and 2/3. If I round that, I'm going to round it to 4. So I'm looking at 19 and 1/3 and thinking, what's divisible by something that's divisible by 4 that's close to 19 and 1/3? And that would be 20. So I'm going to do 20 divided by 4. Well, 4 times 5 is 20, so 20 divided by 4 has to be 5. Perfect. That wasn't too hard. Let's look at the next one. I have 41 and 7/9 and close to 7 and 1/5. Well, 7 and 1/5 is close to 7. And I know 41 divided by 7 is 6. Or 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to do 42 divided by 7 equals 6. That wasn't too hard either. Let's look at number 4. 35 and 1/8 and 5 and 4/5. Well, 5 and 4/5 is close to 6. And I'm looking at 35 and 1/8 and thinking, what does 6 go into that's close? And 6 goes into 36. So I'm going to do 36 divided by 6 equals 6. Perfect. Let's look at number 5. I'm going to start with my smaller one. So 8 and 5/9 is close to 9. And now I'm thinking, okay, what does 9 go into that's close to 61 and 3/8? Well, 9 goes into 63. So 63 divided by 9 equals 7. Good job. Let's look at number 6. Look at my smaller one first. So 7 and 7/8 would give me 8. And what does 8 go into that's close to 72 and 2/9? Well, I know 8 times 9 is 72. So I'm going to say 72. So 72 divided by 8 equals 9. Perfect. We're halfway through this slide. So let's look at 7. 86 and 3/4 and 10 and 5/6. Well, I'm thinking 11 because I know 11 times 8 is 88. So I'm going to do 88 divided by 11 gives me 8. Let's look at number 8. I have 26 and 9/10 and 2 and 5/8. Well, first look at the smaller one, 2 and 5/8. That's close to 3. So let me find something that's close to 3. That something that's close to 26 and 9/8 that 3 goes into. 3 goes into 27. 3 times 9 is 27. So 27 divided by 3 equals 9. Let's look at number 9. 3 and 3/5. I'm going to say that's close to 4. So 11 and 2/7 is close to 12. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Good job. Now let's look at this one. I encourage you to pause the video and see if you can figure them out before I show you. So 2 and 3/10 is close to 2. Well, 2 goes into 8, so 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Now let's look at this one. 7 and 1/12 is close to 7. What does 7 go into that is close to 47? Well, 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 is closer, so I'm going to do 49 divided by 7 equals 7. And let's look at this last one. 5 and 4/9 is close to 6. What does 6 go into that's close to 60? Well, 6 times 10 is 60. So 60 divided by 6 equals 10. Great job. Let's go to the next problem. Right here. Critical thinking. Which of these two quotients is closer to the actual quotient? How do you know? Well, with this one right here, we're comparing what they come up with their compatible numbers. So remember what I said, we look at the smaller one first. But just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I need to compare. So I'm looking at 6 and 3/4. Well, that is closer to 7 than 6. So I'm going to say 7. What does 7 go into that's close to 56 or 54? Well, 7 times 8 is 56. So I'm going to do 56 divided by 7 equals 8. Well, I definitely got something different than she did. Why did Lisa do 6 instead of 7? Because 6 3/4 really is very close to 7. And so I'm already assuming that Lisa is probably wrong, because the way I've been taught is I first look at the smaller number and what does it round to? It rounds to 7. It doesn't round to 6. So let's look at Hayden's estimate. Okay, Hayden does exactly what I did. So yes, Hayden did a great job. Hayden did it completely correct. So which one is wrong? Lisa is. Why? Because Lisa rounded 6 3/4 down to 6 when it really should go up to 7. One more problem. We're almost there. Patrick uses wire to make wreaths. Excuse me. He has 31 and a half feet of wire left. Okay, wait, how much does he have? 31 and a half feet. I start with that all the time. I start with what they start with. They started with 31 and a half feet. Estimate how many 3 3/4 pieces, so I'm dividing by 3 3/4, he can cut from the longer piece of wire. Well, I'm looking at 3 3/4 and I'm thinking, that's really close to 4, so I'm going to round it to 4. 31 and a half, well, 4 goes into 32. 4 times 8 is 32, so I'm going to do 32 divided by 4 equals 8. So I'm assuming that he can probably cut 8 pieces of wire from that spool. Okay, we're all done. Good luck on your assignment. Remember to ask for help if you have any questions. And if you need, rewatch the video. It definitely does help. Have a good one.